What if I told you? A US Navy destroyer vanished for 4 minutes in the middle of World War II. When it returned, the crew had snow-white hair and vacant eyes. Tonight, on Secret Spells and Shadows, we open classified file Project Rainbow, the wartime test that made a warship disappear and left its sailors forever changed. I'm Victoria Unikel, artist and media mogul by day and modern witch EXORCISTA by night. Every Thursday we uncover another true tale, proving the world is darker than fiction. If you are ready, hit like and subscribe, and let's begin. Tonight, we slip into a wartime shipyard where a destroyer vanished from sight and from time for 4 terrifying minutes. It was 2:17 on July 22nd, 1943. The blackout sirens echoing across Philadelphia Naval Shipyard when 2 engineers turned on a prototype field generator bolted to the newborn destroyer USS Eldridge. The secret program only earned a single line in the pier log, Project Rainbow, and a promise whispered from Washington: bend enemy radar around steel the way wind slips around stone. A green light climbed the mast, anchor chains crackled, and water at the keel began to hiss. In Pier 4 Annex, the ship's bright echo disappeared from every scope, cut clean from the rolling paper. 4 minutes followed. No engine hum, no radio squeal, no sound on the pier. At 2:21, the floodlights flared and the Eldridge reappeared, exactly where she had been, but something was wrong. Deck rails were blistered, magnetic compasses frozen, and half the skeleton crew stood fixed at their stations, hair chalk white, eyes unfocused. 3 sailors were missing, last locked in the machinery room. Let's rewind. In early 1943, U-boats carved up Atlantic convoys faster than new escorts could launch. Desperate, the Office of Naval Research funded Bell Labs physicist Dr. Franklin Rina. His job was to build something that could bend radar waves and hide the ship. By July 21st, the rig stood ready, twin coils fore and aft, thick copper bars, a diesel generator humming on board. 22 sailors, 3 junior officers, and 2 Marine guards formed the watch. At Reno's command, green mist covered the hull. Hayes slapped her scope, but saw only static. Torres keyed his microphone and heard his own heartbeat echo back. A guard on the catwalk claimed the destroyer folded inward like wet canvas pulled through a ring. The logbook would later mark 4 minutes and 6 seconds of total silence. When power returned, the pier stank of ozone. Gunnery mate Pete Caruso gripped the gun shield, hair bone white. 2 electricians staggered, crisscross patterns burned into their palms, the coils geometry branded in flash. 13 sailors drifted, 5 showed radiation-like lesions, 3 were missing. At dawn, admirals stamped every witness statement under the War Secrets Act. No one spoke to the press. No one wanted to believe 4 minutes could vanish so completely. August 1943, the Eldridge slipped down the Delaware under Marine Guard, destination Norfolk, for repairs. An internal memo concluded: the field eliminates radar return, but causes harmful biological effects. Project cancelled, funding pulled, problem shelved, rumors persisted. Yard workers whispered of men fused into walls, and the phantom destroyer of Norfolk flashing Morse from deserted decks. Torres and Hayes spent 6 weeks in a hospital. Both reported the same nightmare: a gray passage, neither sea nor sky, a shrill tone, vibrating bone, and a presence watching from behind their eyes. Their hair color never returned. Reno resigned 6 months later, retreating to a cabin in Maine, where he answered no letters and never granted interviews. The Navy's public position was unchanged. No destroyer had vanished, no sailors had melted into decks. The entire tale was dockside fantasy. But 4 pages were missing from Eldridge's July file. Removal locked, but unsigned. 75 years later, the Philadelphia experiment officially myth, unofficially a warning, still haunts Navy folklore. One question remains: if the Navy truly learned how to sever a ship from radar, gravity, and maybe reality itself, what else did those 4 minutes teach? And where are the men still missing from the deck? By war's end, other experiments had echoed the same nightmare. MK Ultra, 1953 to 1973. The CIA secretly gave LSD and electric shocks to soldiers, prisoners, and even everyday people to test mind control. Some went mad, others disappeared from records completely. Starfish Prime, 1962. The US exploded a nuclear bomb high above the Pacific, knocked out radio in Hawaii, and destroyed satellites still spinning above us. Operation Argus, 1958. 3 nuclear bombs were set off in Earth's upper atmosphere. Pilots reported burning eyes, broken equipment, and the weird buzzing in their heads. Each test chased invisibility, and each paid in human suffering. History feared weapons it could not see. But the real terror is how far nations will go, risking minds, bodies, and memory itself to gain 4 minutes of advantage. Have you ever worked with someone so obsessed with winning that the cost never entered their mind? Did you walk away, or are you still waiting for their next command? Tell me in the comments. Subscribe, my darlings, and return next Thursday for another classified story on secrets, spells, and shadows. Until then, stay safe, stay sharp, and never trust the horizon when it suddenly turns green.